Hi, Paul Little here from Steampunk General Store at 2219 63rd Street, Uptown Kenosha, inside of Don's Hobbies. You can get a hold of me at 262-705-2268. And right now you're about to watch Dedger's Dark Coffin Classics.
Dark Coffin Classics. I'm your host, Edgar Winter, and I'm here with my lovely
Storm. And Black Cat the Vampire, back from the Seven Seas.
Yay! She's still with us. How cool is that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
I'm so excited. You guys are like just keep me here.
So we have a wonderful movie for them tonight. Mm-hmm. We showed I Was a Teenage Werewolf, and now we're going to show the other one called the 1957 film I Was a Teenage Frankenstein.
Yes.
Yes, both written by Gene Fowler and starring Gary Conway. Come on!
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yes, Gary Conway.
And
Phyllis Coates. Apparently he likes coats. I don't know.
Right, and Whit Bizzle. Whit Bizzle is like a regular on Mr. Fowler's production movies. So yeah. What's wrong? What are you looking at?
None.
Huh?
No, you got it. You got it. You're good. You're good. You're good. I thought you had a little blood on your face, but that's a little shadow with your hair.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
That made you miss a little bit of your nibble.
No. I took Deathpool as I gave Deathpool a job.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you did? Castle.
Really? Okay. Oh, well, that's a good thing to do. Keep him off her.
Yeah. Not only is he sweeping, he's dusting. I gave him a duster. I gave him your
duster. Just make sure he doesn't dust.
What is he doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Those skeletons don't need to be dusted.
No, we want spider webs.
Yeah. Go dust the corner.
Go over here and dust something.
Yeah, go.
No,
not that either.
Not Mr. Reaper.
Yeah, you'll get him upset.
Yeah, get Mr. Reaper upset. I don't want to get Mr. Reaper upset.
No.
Yeah. You know you come back together, we know that, but yeah, Mr. Reaper, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
You know what? Go dust the big cat. Go dust Rocky.
So again, this movie was made in
Rocky
1957.
Yes.
And he actually made a series of these movies. He made I Was a Teenage Werewolf. I Was a Teenage Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He made a vampire movie, which
Let me guess. I Was a Teenage Vampire?
I don't know.
Sorry.
But I heard from other horror hosts that there was one made.
Oh.
And then the last one was How to Make a Monster.
You put things together.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
So, anyway, we have a top 10 tonight.
We do.
Yeah. Top 10 tonight. And we have another Igor's Morbid Cooking Tips.
Ooh.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Gotta love a little morbid in our life.
Oh, yeah.
So what we are going to do is we are going to put you into this wonderful movie and get to I Was a Teenage Frankenstein.
gentlemen, it's my firm belief that just as we can take the healthy eyes of a condemned criminal after his execution, and with these alien eyes restore sight to a deserving blind man, so also can we successfully transplant other organs and members of the body, attaching and grafting them where needed, even in cases where important arteries and nerve centers have been severed.
Professor Frankenstein, how can you ask us to believe such a preposterous theory?
I beg your pardon, Dr. Randolph.
I said I believe your theory is preposterous. Now, we're all men of science. We know about transplanting eyes and the special factors involved in transferring the cornea. But these other claims of yours would on the pale of experimental medicine.
You seem to forget that the higher purpose of experimental medicine, no matter how extreme, is simply to establish scientific truth.
Any student of gross anatomy would refute you. And I still say that dead tissue cannot be reactivated. Why, my own son, a high school sophomore, wouldn't swallow your theory.
Dr. Randolph, I think you're being disrespectful.
All right, if I am so, I'll apologize. I've listened patiently to your theories through this whole seminar. I haven't missed one session since you were brought from England to be our guest lecturer. Some of your pronouncements are brilliant. But this pet theory of yours, which you've mentioned more than once, I'm sorry, never.
Very well, Dr. Randolph. You cling to your skepticism. I'll hold to my beliefs. And someday, very soon possibly, I'll prove them so conclusively that even cynics like you all over the world will be convinced. Well, I think that's all. Good day, gentlemen. Patience, Dr. Carlton. Did you check the sweet voltage?
Probably not. It seems that Dr. Randolph's remarks upset me more than they did you. Weren't you disturbed at such insolence?
No. No, as a matter of fact, in some ways, I'm rather grateful to him. He forced my hand. And since you defended me so valiantly, and you're my close ally and fellow worker, our hand.
Our hand?
Yes. You've always supported me in all my theories in experimental medicine. Now you can help me prove them.
How?
Dr. Carlton, I plan to assemble a human being using parts and organs from different cadavers.
You mean take one person's hand and another's leg?
Yes, why not? Simply an intelligent adaptation of the principle of selective breeding. After all, if you breed morons, you beget morons. But when brilliant people mate...
There are still risks, throwbacks.
I eliminate all risks. I'm carrying the principle of selective breeding one step higher.
You mean, of course, under the sponsorship of some medical institution?
No. On my own. Right here, my own laboratory.
You can't be serious. You don't dare.
Don't dare. Don't dare. You know, I'm sure that someone spoke those same words and hurled that same challenge at that great ancestor of mine whose name I bear. And believe me, I'm serious. You see, the knowledge, the know-how, as you Americans put it, is in my blood. It's my heritage. But where Baron Frankenstein created a monster, I shall bring forth a perfectly normal human being, able to walk among normal people undetected. I'll point the way to perfection in the human race.
Well, I applaud your ambition and I admire your courage, but when you propose to carry them out, I don't think I can help you. You see, I'm not a doctor of medicine. My degree is in physics.
I know all about your qualifications, your research, your studies in X-ray, and that's exactly what I need. I'll provide the surgery. You'll provide the electronics.
But you're reaching for the supernatural. To assemble a human being.
I shall use only the ingredients of youth, not the worn-out body inhabited by an overtaxed brain. The old are dying, are dead. The whole trend is toward death. But if I'm successful, if I can create out of different parts a youth whom I shall instruct and control, I'll prove that only in youth is there any hope for the salvation of mankind.
Teenagers, both cars loaded. Back from a party, I guess. Head-on collision. What a crash. I was right behind them. Jammed my brakes on as fast as I could. Seems to me I saw one kid thrown clear in the air. Over there somewhere.
I'll call the police.
Did you go over to him? Oh, not me. I can't look at that sort of thing. That kid would bleed to death before the police get here. I think he's had it. Terrible. Terrible.
Steady him while I unlock the door.
How do you think you'll get away with this? Stealing a body.
With both cars completely burned in the crash, they won't be able to check. Stop shaking.
It's cold in here.
It should be. I keep the temperature of the vaults at 36. Ideal for unembalmed bodies.
The temperature of a morgue?
This is a morgue. My private morgue. This is where we will experiment and work. No one can disturb us here. What condition is he in? Tell me, what condition is he in?
Dead.
I know that. That's the way a layman would describe him. But I also know, and I want you to remember, that in this laboratory there is no death until I declare it so. Now, describe his condition.
Well, the head's crushed in. Possible brain injury. Face is beyond recognition. I don't know about the rest of the injuries.
Dr. Carlton, you're a scientist. You mustn't be squeamish. I've seen worse. Anyway, the face is a comparatively simple replacement. If the brain is uninjured. Now, help me store this body for the night. Tomorrow we will begin.
We'll need equipment.
I'm prepared.
You mean there are others?
Only a few parts. Normal preparation for an experiment that will determine the fate of the world. Electrical equipment also. I've been assembling necessary parts for some time. As a matter of fact, in every city where I've lectured, I've made it a point to purchase one or two things that we'll need. We're quite ready to put everything together for our experiment.
Professor, perhaps you'd better try and find another assistant. I don't think I have the stomach for this.
Dr. Carlton, don't underrate yourself. I'm the best judge of your qualifications. I need you. And you need me. After all, that other experiment that you assisted me in about a month ago made you my ally. Of course, I could use another and uglier word, accomplice, but I won't.
But when you started that, I didn't know. You made me believe that you were writing a book.
Now you know I wasn't. And remember, it's too late to retreat. Now, I don't want to hear anything more about it. We're in this together. I'll want you to assemble a small synchrotron, something in the 100,000 volt category. After each surgical move, I'll need the advantage of high velocity X-rays with a penetration of at least 2 inches. Parts are all here. You do as I say, and you will share in the greatest experiment science has ever made. Well, Carlton, I think we'd better go and change our clothes for the party.
May I propose a toast on behalf of all of us to Professor Frankenstein, a true servant of science. And may I add that we'll miss his stimulating lectures when he has to return to his native England.
Well, let me thank all of you for listening to my theories and for your unfailing hospitality. I do have to return as I'm only a guest in your gracious country, but I shall miss you. To all of you. Would you excuse me a moment? Margaret, you didn't join in the toast.
Well, I couldn't. It would be saying goodbye. I'm just not up to that yet.
You know, there are many things I admire about you. Perhaps your honesty, most of all. You know I'm going to miss you.
As your nurse?
No, as a devoted friend.
That's not enough. Or am I being too honest?
You're being true to yourself and your sex. You know perfectly well. Science has proved conclusively that in all forms of life, the female pursues the male.
Do you enjoy being pursued?
By you, yes, especially when I'm caught.
What do you mean?
I mean, well, it isn't easy for a scientist to disassociate himself from his work. And that's why I thought that we could work together closely so that soon we might be together.
I'd like that.
Margaret, in the next 2 months, before my visa expires, I'm going to be engaged in the most important experiment of my life. You could help me enormously, more than I could ever repay, by becoming my assistant. Of course, I realize that would mean you'd have to give up your nursing post at the university hospital.
You mean a temporary leave?
Why temporary? I'm a man as well as a scientist. When my experiment is completed successfully, we could go back together. If you'll have me. You know, they tell me the Queen Mary's an ideal setting for a honeymoon.
Oh, darling. Of course I accept.
I want you to keep all disturbing factors away from me. Answer phone calls, mail, put off visitors, interviewers' requests for articles and periodicals and so forth, and postpone all my appointments. I want to see no one but my associate, Dr. Carlton. And of course you.
I'll be the best watchdog you ever had. Of course, I'll have to give up my room at the hospital.
Well, I suggest you move in here. You could have a wing to yourself, and Mrs. Dietrich, the housekeeper, would be the chaperone. If we feel we need one.
Sounds wonderful. I'll move in tomorrow.
His hands And the right leg, practically up to the knee, are completely crushed. You'll have to amputate.
Yes. Above the carpal bones and, well, below the patella. Yes, they'll have to go. Here, apply the cathodes. Activate him first.
But why? In this frozen state, he won't feel anything.
I want him to know and feel pain so that when I alleviate it, he'll also know gratitude. Now, change his body temperature to normal. What I create, I must control. Go on, activate this body.
I'll begin with 50,000 volts.
Professor Frankenstein's residence. I'm terribly sorry. He's seeing no one. Well, if you care to leave your...
Later, I'll give him a transfusion. I'll select the blood myself.
How are you going to dispose of those? You can't bury them or burn them. There's always danger of discovery.
I'm well aware of that, Doctor. I provided for this emergency, too. Come here. I have a very interesting final resting place for bones and tissues I'll never need. Now I have to get 2 hands and a right leg. Believe me, I'll see to it that the replacements are an improvement over the originals. Oh, my dear doctor, you look as if you could stand a drink. Come on.
Welcome back. Hi. Hi.
Hi, it's not like getting caught in between a sandwich of redheads.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I mean, every now and then we just gotta.
So that would that make so would that make me salami?
Kielbasa.
Oh, kielbasa.
That's yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah.
So the movie. Yes.
Yes, the movie. What about the movie?
What about it, Edgar?
I know. I just got caught up in so many things, you know. Yeah.
It was a good movie. I mean,
it was a good movie. I thought we're still watching it.
What I find interesting is the fact
that like it's the whole I'm a teenage Frankenstein thing, monster.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, I'm trying to figure out how is that going to work out, and
Well,
boom.
he wants to do something that his great-great-granddaddy did.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
great great
Dr.
granddaddy.
Frankenstein.
And
And he
didn't
wants-
use teenage parts though. He used like old like
Decrepit.
adults.
Yeah.
He wants
Yeah.
to up his. He
Yeah.
wants to up it. You
Yeah.
know, he
So-
wants to make sure that everything's good and he can actually control them and whatever, maybe.
Well,
Which how you can't control teenagers. But anyway,
Well, how convenient. A car crash right in front of his laboratory of teenage
yeah,
sports,
yeah,
athletes.
exactly.
jocks,
And
whatever you wanna call
with no
them.
brains anyway.
Yeah. Well, they're jocks.
Exactly.
What are you doing, Deadpool?
He's cleaning. He's got the
you
apron
get done
on
with
and
the
he's
cat?
cleaning.
I
Did you
like
get
your
ready?
apron. It's so cute.
Did you get done with the big cat? Okay.
Thank
your
you.
apron is so cute, Deadpool. Yeah.
Did you take care of the kitty litter box?
Okay.
big
Okay.
ki- the
Okay,
big one.
go sweep over there. There's some spiders over there.
Yeah. Go put them back in their home.
The ones we don't need. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Have I heard
no,
a
you
splat.
know what?
Yep. That was a big.
Yeah,
That was a
just
bad
like-
one anyway. We didn't want that one.
Right, right.
It doesn't listen to us.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah,
Teach the other one.
he wants to be like his granddad, great-great-granddad, put together another Frankenstein.
Well, then why doesn't he go
monster.
and find great granddad's body parts and use him?
I don't know. I don't
Probably because he's on the Kate already.
That would be like such a good idea for a movie.
What?
Instead of like the body parts from other people,
Yeah.
like the descendants of Frankenstein, like that generation
building it
using-
up.
from the previous generation using those body parts.
Wow. Okay.
She's got an idea.
Yeah.
idea.
that's-
All the
that's
different
idea.
thoughts you
Idea
guys
for
have no
good.
idea that go through her head that
There you
I've been
go.
hearing.
All you independent film directors out there, there you go.
Yeah, you know what?
A movie
Copyright.
called The Descendant of Frankenstein Monster.
Anyway. Sorry.
But yeah, that's pretty good.
Sorry for what? That was fabulous.
I'll tell you what I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for his assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's well,
It's
You
just,
wanna-
he's making him do what he's making him
Against
do
his will.
against his will
Yeah.
because of something else that he had before that, a different project that he had
Yeah.
doing, and he lied to him even about the first project.
Right,
and
right.
now he's
Now he just flat out told him, I'm going to blackmail him.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
well,
What's he gonna
assistants, they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, and especially when he says, well, you're not only a friend, but you're an accomplice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like for me, a Cabin Boys, dime a dozen.
What? Cabin Boys?
Yeah.
Or Diamond Dozen?
Our diamond dozen
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Tell me, explain this.
Why are
Explain this.
Cabin Boys a dime a dozen?
Yeah.
Because literally, it's like, have you ever heard of the analogy of you're the gopher, go for this, go for that?
Yep.
Yeah,
I've heard of Groundhog Day.
No, it's like an assistant, and then if they don't get something right, you get a yellow.
A gopher?
Okay.
So you make a gopher an assistant?
I'm gonna make a gopher out of you. I'm gonna find a spell. You know what? I know why I left that bone.
That'll help him.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Well, you're talking about gophers, like a cat
No,
was a
it's-
gopher. See,
Get back to the movie.
no, I'm asking.
Okay, no. I've tried. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. I'm wanting to see what comes out of your mouth because
Your
I do
generation
know.
just doesn't understand.
I don't. See? I want to hear.
A gopher, yes, is an animal, but but also.
Oh, you mean like in Caddyshack?
No. Yes.
Yes. Was that? So
No.
that's gopher.
Anyway. It's
You
a funny
don't eat
movie. though.
animals.
No, God, their blood is totally not worth it.
I know. I don't eat animal blood.
And the fur.
Yeah. I get hairballs if I eat animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could just see
Like Chucky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and when I puke them up, I puke them up.
Yay.
You're not going to be in the room when that happens, huh?
Oh yeah, she's always in the room with me.
Yay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
She's
you
got
gotta
put up
hold
with
his hair.
hairballs.
You got to hold his hair.
And Chuckies.
And Chuckies.
Uh-huh.
That's
That's what the main.
What?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, the
Schmutz.
schmutz. But we. What?
What are you doing?
Well, hello there.
Why are you filming us? Come on now.
Okay, this isn't just somebody coming in from out there filming us. This is at least.
That's cool.
Death
You're
pool.
supposed to be cleaning. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Hi, Death Pole.
I just
How are
killed
you?
somebody not too long ago
Go
for
clean
coming
them. Go
and
clean them out.
filming us. Yeah.
Be careful of the moat though, because there are
Obviously,
alligators
we're
in
so
there.
friendly that people have been coming across the moat
Lots
and
of
taking
alligators
pictures
in the moat.
of it. Okay, Deadpool, go.
Go clean the moat. Go clean the moat.
Go suck on the land.
Just don't go into it.
Yeah. Go
Or
play
you'll
with
have
the
to
gators.
grow back
Yeah, go
together.
play with the gators. So, wow.
Anyway.
You guys deal with that all the time?
Yes.
Was he a cabin boy at one time?
No. No.
No, remember? He just all of a sudden attached
He is the
himself
one
to
that, you know, like whenever somebody gets in trouble, in the, let's say the military or whatever, you're peeling potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Okay.
He plays with Mr. Potato Head.
He's a good helper though, isn't he?
That's my favorite toy, Mr. Potato Head.
Oh boy.
Why? Because it's empty inside?
Yeah, it doesn't take much to play with him. And he doesn't fight back.
No, no. And then you can just shove the parts back in.
Well, yeah, you know, I tried playing with the
You
stretch
can make
arm.
it happy or sad.
I tried playing with the Stretch Armstrong one time and I actually almost choked myself.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
Stretch Armstrong, you know, he stretches his arms out really far.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
wow.
about the stretchable man?
No, yeah, that's Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, Stretch
Oh,
Armstrong.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had one.
And how old is that toy?
How old is that toy?
I don't know. You want me to look at it and
That's
look
too-
at
that's
it?
too old.
No,
Wait
I'm
for
surprised
the
it hasn't
70s.
snapped.
No, I
You
haven't
know,
let
that
it get
stretch
a hold
only
of it. Are you
lasts so
kidding me?
long.
I know. No,
You know what toy
it's
totally amazes me as a vampire? Slinky. I love Slinkies.
You know why?
Slinky,
I'm not gonna say
Slinky,
why.
the wonderful magical toy. Slinky, it's Slinky. Fun for a girl and a boy.
All of a sudden, I'm visualizing you going, pretty colors, look, pretty colors. Yeah.
Now I can see Deadpool playing with the pink one.
You know what? One
Oh,
day
a
I'm
pink
going.
one, yes.
No, one day I'm gonna bring a clear quartz.
gopher?
No, clear quartz. I'm gonna just hang it against the light and watch you go.
Oh, I love playing with quartz.
pretty.
Put
Look at the rainbow.
a rope full of, put a rope full of knots in front of me. Oh, I'm satisfied.
There you go.
I love.
You got the knots.
Yes.
Are we satisfied with this movie so far?
Oh, are we talking about a movie? yeah, I'm satisfied with the movie.
Okay, good.
I mean, he's trying to take after his you know, his
Ascend
ancestors.
into greatness.
Yes, and he's going to create a monster. But you know what I really like
A
about this
monster
movie?
of what
I like
sort,
his trash compactor. It gives me ideas about my moat. The Gator compactor.
Yep.
Get yours now, on sale on Amazon or eBay.
I already had to have one built for him.
And when it
Right into the moat.
Think about this now. Just think about this. When your how many people can say when your trash compactor goes out on them, they can make a gator purse out of them, a leather gator purse. Think about it.
Shoes?
Oh, I totally forgot. I don't need these today. I'm not on the high seas.
Oh, there you go.
Did you
Perfect.
understand it? Do you understand it?
Honey, I do understand that because I put that in for you.
Yeah. So when
Right.
one of our gators dies, I'm going to make you a leather gator purse.
Beautiful. Matching shoes?
Matching shoes, matching belt, everything.
There we go. Ooh,
So,
yeah.
Wow, wow. Okay,
All
my
right.
friends, so what we're going to do is we're going to put you back into this movie and enjoy.
Scattered and partial remains of the Plymouth track team wiped out 2 days ago when a chartered plane attempting a landing in a thick fog crashed into the wild mountainside will be interred this afternoon in Fallbrook Cemetery.
Poor boys.
Oh, tragic. All those fine young athletic bodies, all those hours of training for strength, speed, endurance, gone to waste. Well, rather neat. I I do say so myself. Hands and leg are back on his body. I've kept my promise. Strong hands of a champion wrestler and the leg of a football star. Yeah. Now, you've got a great deal to thank me for, my dear boy. With the special healing fluids and the vital rays, his bones should knit in a day or two.
What is impossible for others becomes a daily event for you.
I'm delighted to impress you. Now, help me put him back. My, that was a nice dinner. It was excellent roast, didn't you think so, Margaret?
I don't enjoy food the way you do.
Maybe you need a little more exercise. The doctor and I work so hard, we're ravenous. Will you excuse us, my dear? I have some voluminous notes to complete. What's the matter? You're sulking.
Good night, Margaret.
Good night. Well, how do you think I feel being left alone all day? And in the evening, you either lock yourself in your laboratory with your experiment or you spend hours in your study writing up your notes. It's not much fun for me.
Oh, you know, I hate to upset you. Well, I plead guilty, Margaret. I have neglected you. There just seems to be more and more work to be done. The pure, clear flame of science, as Huxley put it, is a hard taskmaster. But tonight, I'll put it behind me. Tonight, I'm yours to command. Now, what would you like to do?
Anything, just to get out, to be with you, alone.
A cinema?
Or a drive.
That's it. A nice, long drive. We can talk.
And make plans.
And relax.
Over there. Let's park and just look at the view and talk.
Seems like others have the same idea.
They come up here for some quiet necking. It's a lover's lane.
Oh, that's interesting. Sort of a private preserve for teenagers, huh? I suppose as adults, we're lucky to find a parking space.
But we'll turn on the radio and do what the teenagers do. They tell me it's loads of fun.
Good morning, my boy. Come, my boy. Say good morning to your creator. Speak. You've got a civil tongue in your head. I know you have, because I sewed it back myself. Yes, and all healed up very nicely, if I do say so.
Perhaps, Professor, it's too soon for him to speak.
Nonsense. With all the surgical skill and the vital rays lavished on him, he should talk like a congressman at a filibuster. Now, come on, my boy. Say good morning, and say it to me. You do have vision, you know, at least in the one eye. And your brain is intact. We'll improve it in time, but no malingering now. Now, come on. Watch my lips. Good morning. You must speak, because time is desperately of the essence.
Are you sure you're not rushing him? It's only a few days since...
No rank nonsense. He can hear and he can understand, and he must learn to coordinate so he can speak. Listen to me very carefully. I command you to watch my lips and repeat after me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, my boy, you'll be chattering like a magpie soon. But believe me, you'll be making more sense. I'll see to that. Ah, you see, persistence has its rewards. That's all I want of him this morning. Now, Dr. Carlton, can you accuse me of being cruel? Put him back.
Professor, I think he wants to say something else.
I like a young man with initiative. Go ahead, my boy. Take your time. I'll listen patiently. Say whatever you please.
It's dark in here. Dark.
Yes, it is dark for you. But you'll have to reconcile yourself to the darkness because you're going to be in the dark a long, long time.
Professor, look.
Why, it's amazing. He's actually crying. Can you imagine? Even the tear duct functions. The entire world will be astounded. Well, it seems we have a very sensitive teenager on our hands. Come in.
I can't. The door's locked.
Yes, dear, what is it?
Well, aren't you going to let me in? It's your fiancé, not the police.
Of course, come on in. I'm sorry, but I just can't be interrupted. However, now that you're here...
Well, if you're in a cross mood, perhaps I'd better wait.
Oh, no, come on now.
Well, I want to talk to you. Even though the wedding is informal, plans have to be made. Details have to be worked out. The minister, the church, the guests. A girl doesn't get married every day. After all, this is the most important event of my life.
I know, but I can't discuss it now. I've got too much work to do. Right now, the most important event in my life is my experiment.
You don't have to tell me that. I've never seen such an example of devotion. By the way, dear, what is your experiment?
Until I'm successful, it's a deep secret.
Even from your future wife?
Even from my future wife. When the right time comes, you'll be the first to know.
Well, if you won't tell me, I might have ways of finding out for myself.
Such as? What ways? Tell me! Answer me!
I didn't mean anything by it. It just slipped out. Words sometimes do. I have no intention of spying on you. I don't care if you ever tell me.
Now, that's better. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, darling. Forgive me. I know this experiment must be getting on my nerves. But you understand a scientist's devotion to duty. I'll be finished soon. And we'll be married and off on our honeymoon. Let me dry those tears. You forgive me?
Yes, of course. I'll leave you to your work now. I won't interrupt you again.
Good. Oh, by the way, Dr. Carlton and I will be leaving in 10 minutes. We have some extensive purchases to make this afternoon. Will you delay all inquiries by saying that I'll be out of town for 3 days? I must have 72 hours of uninterrupted work.
Of course, darling. I'll go back to my kennel quietly and be the best watchdog you ever had.
Gee, lady, you must have an old-fashioned trunk. I never seen a key like this since I left the old country. Thank you.
Now, come, my boy. If we're going to impress a skeptical world, we'll have to make faster progress. Watch my lips. Observe them carefully, each and every move. They will guide you.
Yes.
Yes, sir, would be preferable. In England, you know, we have a little more respect for the older generation.
Yes, sir.
That's better. Better articulation, too. Now, concentrate. And repeat after me. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing.
But inwardly, they are ravening wolves.
But inwardly, they are ravening wolves.
Very good. I knew that a young mind would respond better than an old one. Now, that's all the mental work for today. Our main concern is with your physique. Let me see if you can clench and unclench your hands like this. You do that 100 times each day. I want you to enjoy equal power in both hands. But remember, I am the one to tell you when and against whom to raise them.
I will obey you.
Yes, I'm sure you've learned that lesson, too. Now your new leg. Stand up in it. It's quite satisfactory. Sit down. I want you to exercise that leg, too, the way I showed you. Understand? It's very important to keep the blood flowing smoothly in order to ensure proper circulation.
Professor, I think he needs some supplementary nourishment.
Yes, I prepared some special vitamins. I'll give them to you. I'm going to leave you with Dr. Carlton now. He'll give you some electrical treatments and feed you. You do as he tells you, and tomorrow I'll set up some exercise equipment for you. Excellent, my dear boy, excellent. Your new hands are getting stronger every day. Well, you can rest now. You know, with your remarkable mental and physical progress, and of course your obedience to me, you've made me very happy. Someday you and I are going to astound the world. A wunderkind, created by me, a teenage marvel. What's the matter? Aren't you pleased with all this?
You are happy. But I am not.
Why?
Because you make me live down here. When will I walk among people?
Don't badger me. You keep asking that question again and again. You will walk among people when I feel the time is right.
When will that be? Never?
You dare question me?
I want to know. Why not now?
I'll show you why not now. Turn around. Look! Now you know.
But I don't want to be locked up.
In that case, I'll leave your face the way it is. I'll make sure you don't leave until I'm prepared to give you a new face. Look again, my boy. You'll be glad to stay here until I make you fit to go among people.
Welcome back, my friends. We are having a ball on Digger's Art Coffee
We
classes.
sure are.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is
With Black Cat, the Vampiro here.
It keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Love it. Yep, it does.
Keeps getting goofier and goofier.
Yeah,
sillier and sillier.
Yeah. So anyway,
A little bit of cheese.
a whole lot of head cheese.
Yeah.
And cream cheese.
I do like. I am a cheesehead.
I think, yeah, I am too.
Mm-hmm. You're a cheesehead. I am not.
You're not a cheesehead.
Nope.
You're from
I'm
Alaska.
a cornucopia.
A cornucopia?
A cornucopia with a dash of ice.
I know somebody that's a cornholio.
With a dash of ice, that's right.
Yes, exactly. The ice glaciers.
Beavis and Butthead?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We'll go with that. Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah.
Why South Park it?
Oh,
Why
no,
not?
I'm not gonna- no South Parking today.
No.
We gotta
We're gonna
put
stay North
We
Park.
gotta get Kenny on the show and kill him on every episode.
Yes.
That'd be an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got a death pool. We can kill him whenever we want.
Yeah, he regenerates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it shuts him up for a
There's
little
our
bit.
dinner.
There's our
Right.
dinner. Let's eat Deathpool tonight.
I agree.
Okay.
The dash of what, human?
That way we at least keep him away from her for a
No,
while.
no, no.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
Deadpool with a dash of human.
A dash of human.
Oh,
You know,
here it
like
comes.
human.
Hi, Deathpool. You're looking pretty good tonight. How you doing? Keep sweeping. Why don't you go eat?
Keep that blood flowing.
Yeah, keep that blood flowing. Why don't you go eat some liver or something? You know,
Yeah,
get that
make a
iron
steak. Go
content
grab
up.
a
Yeah,
steak.
go grab
Yeah.
a steak. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
some alligator.
We'll talk to you later about it.
Yeah.
Get yourself
Okay.
all juiced up. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you do, don't put no garlic on it.
Yeah, no garlic. That's bad.
Okay.
Well, how nice since you bit the last maid that he came and he is here clean up the castle.
Well, I just
guess
let you
that
girls bite on that.
whets his appetite.
You know what? I don't bite.
Ah.
I don't bite
Mhm.
guys. So why don't you girls bite that fool?
Oh, no problem.
I already did that.
Oh,
okay.
she already did that.
Yeah, that got him quiet for like 5
what?
minutes.
So he's what, your pincushion, right?
Yeah, pincushion, racquetball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go with
on a
racquetball.
need kind of go.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick snack.
Kind of like
Yeah,
a fast food.
Because he's always there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's like my shadow.
Yeah. That's why I
Well,
call
okay,
blood banks.
shadow.
Blood banks are fast food for us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So anyway, get into this movie.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
he created this monster,
Of course.
and now he's like kind of working on like his motor skills and stuff like that.
Up, down, left, right.
Up, down, left, right.
Diagonal.
Reverse.
Vocally.
Reverse, neutral, first and second gear.
Hot, cold, up,
how,
down.
how to fill your mouth with antifreeze?
Put on deodorant.
Yeah, he needs a lot of deodorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stinky one.
Little bit.
Yeah?
How about you, Storm? What do you think?
Huh.
What?
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm,
Exactly.
that's
so
what I said.
give me your theory. Give me your theory about what's going on. What do you think?
Well, with the car crash and I'm grabbing, he grabbed the kid,
Okay.
the boy.
Right.
And he made him into what he made him into.
Okay.
But now what I can't wait for is to see what his face actually looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because he's all bandaged up. I mean, he's trying to up his grandfather,
Okay.
great-grandfather,
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
on, the old, the original Frankenstein. So he's
Okay.
trying to up him.
Which
and,
wasn't pretty anyway.
Right, and make him look prettier and make him
Yeah.
everything else,
So,
handle.
Yeah.
Make them less stitches, right?
Less stitches, less
More
being able to
pretty.
be able to talk, be able to, instead of just,
How do you yeah. How do you feel the motor skills thing is going with it?
it's going very well. Wow, way better than I would think.
Do you think so?
And
Okay.
way better than I would imagine with something like that.
Yeah. Right, now going back a little bit, touching base a little bit, what do you think about him at Lookout Point? He's talking about his work and not paying attention to his girlfriend. I mean, when you're at Lookout Point, you're supposed to be...
Not looking
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Exactly, exactly.
with his fiance, yeah.
Yeah.
But then they cut it off as they started making out like the teenagers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, and also another thing is she actually finally seen the monster.
The monster. Wrapped up, not unwrapped.
Gauzed up.
Yep.
Gauzed up, yeah.
All gauzed.
Yep. Yeah,
And she screamed and ran.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But
back
at least she
then-
admitted to him that
Yeah.
she, wow.
But back then, that's all the girls ever did. Scream, the horrible screech,
The
and then,
screeching, yes.
yes, and
You know
then
what?
run away.
Yep. We have to have a contest.
Ooh.
We have to have a contest on Facebook. Have people on Facebook do a video of themselves doing a Scream Queen.
Uh-huh. Scream queens.
Yes, we'll turn the line down.
Yeah.
But yes.
That'd be good.
Actually, We ran a
Yeah, we'll
contest.
keep it down.
Yeah, we ran a contest a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and it was so cool. It was like, give us your funny jokes. Okay.
Oh, yes, and thank you for everybody who participated in that. That was so funny.
Yeah, we actually had 2 jokes that we couldn't decide over, so we called it a tie. So we had to give them each a gift card to Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was from Crystal Miners.
Okay.
And she was like, why is the vampire language so easy to learn?
Well, lisps.
There's only 3 letters, A, B, and O.
Oh my. Oh my. We should know this.
Right.
This one's like this is an A and B conversation, see your way out of it kind of scenario.
Right. And then there was another one from a good fan of ours. He's actually been a friend and fan for a very long time.
Yeah,
from Bob. Yeah, you
I just said this to you not too long ago.
Do you want to tell this one? You want to tell this joke?
Correctly? You can tell it correctly because I don't want to miss anything.
Okay, all right. The way this was a good one, Bob. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, the way it goes is, why can't a witch get pregnant? The answer is because warlocks have Halloweenies.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of things hollow, apparently.
Especially on Halloween.
I thought that was so funny. That was good. I really love it.
I did
That's
too.
cool. What are you doing?
Are you
What now?
done?
You have not done everything.
This is no. Did you do the meal?
Do you like tomato juice?
Go play with the ivy.
Yeah, go drink some tomato juice. Yeah, we have something planned for you in a little bit.
Yes, tomato juice. Go.
Go drink tomato juice.
What?
Yeah.
Find orange juice.
Drink something with a lot of electrolytes.
Gatorade.
Yeah, go drink some punch Gatorade. Punch Gatorade. Go on now, come on. We're doing a show.
Not punch.
Yeah.
He should be pretty tasty. Oh, you've tasted.
I've tasted him when he hasn't been tasty.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna let them go back into the movie
let's let them go back in
and watch this movie. And you girls can figure out what you're gonna do with Deathpool. So.
All right,
my friends, get back to the movie.
my eyes. He was nearly 7 foot tall.
No, he was shorter, but built solid. Broad shoulders, heavy arms.
His face, what there was of it, 'twas terrible, terrible.
If you ask me, he wore a mask, like those guys who hold up supermarkets.
Well, one thing for sure, he was strong. He hit me like I was a baby. I've never been hit so hard.
Have any of you ever seen him before, hanging around here, prowling?
No, never.
Never, and I hope I never see him again.
All right, folks, the alarm is out. He can't get too far. We've got the street blocked off. We'll make a check of all the houses in the neighborhood. Now, why don't you all go back to bed and get some sleep? Now, be on the safe side. Make sure all your doors and windows are locked.
Then it was you.
I had to get out. I wanted to see people.
They saw you.
Yeah,
Now you know the truth.
yes, I frightened them. Everybody who saw me, they ran.
I told you they would.
But I didn't mean to hurt.
Hurt! You killed a young woman. You've got the police down about our heads like a pack of baying dogs. By disobeying me, you not only endanger our lives, but you put my whole experiment in jeopardy.
I didn't know. From now on, I'll obey you.
It may be too late. As a matter of fact, in order to protect myself, I should do away with you altogether, destroy you as dangerous evidence.
No, please don't. I'll do what you say.
You better. There's a slim chance I may still be able to cover up for you. But from now on, you do exactly as I tell you.
I will.
Now, not a sound out of you. Until this danger blows over, I must keep you absolutely silent. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Sergeant Burns. This is Sergeant McAfee, homicide.
May I have your name, please, sir?
Professor Frankenstein.
Just making a house-to-house checkup.
Oh, of course. Won't you gentlemen come in?
We won't take up much of your time. It's about this fiend that's operating in this neighborhood.
Yes, I know. I've read the newspapers. Dreadful.
Tell me, Professor, have you heard or seen anything of a prowler or a peeping Tom?
No, I'm afraid I have nothing to report. At least on this front, all quiet.
Well, if you hear or see anything of a suspicious nature...
I'll notify you at once. By the way, gentlemen, has anyone actually seen him? I mean, to guide me, could you give me a description of this so-called fiend?
Well, that's just it. 6 people see a suspect, and you get 6 different descriptions.
Well, that's a human failing. Under the stress of panic or fear, our minds do strange things. Our eyes see strange visions.
Yes, but they all agree on one thing. Whoever he is, his face would scare a ghost.
Well, that's one detail I surely will remember. If I see or hear anything suspicious, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Margaret, who is this man?
Oh, darling, this is Mr. Saxton. He's from a jewelry company.
Saxton and Sons. We're the oldest firm.
What's he doing here?
Well, I asked him to come. With the big day drawing close. Come on, dear. I need your help to select an engagement ring and a wedding band.
We have some excellent sets, sir. Won't take but a moment to show them to you. Now, that 3-carat square cut, without a flaw, the one your fiancé is wearing, with wedding ring to match. We call that set Joy in Mayfair. Why, all the very best people are buying it.
I don't care what the best people are buying.
Beauty calls to beauty, and your pretty fiancé should have the very best.
Don't you tell me what my fiancée should or should not have. Get out.
Perhaps another time.
Just get out. Now, Margaret, I suppose to make me feel guilty, you're going to burst into tears.
I'm too furious to cry.
You know I gave strict orders not to be interrupted. And today of all days, when I've already lost precious time.
I thought the great man could spare his fiancée a few moments.
And you know I do not allow strangers in this house.
Well, he's nothing but a harmless salesman. He didn't come in here with a tape measure or a magnifying glass and fingerprint powder.
I don't care. I don't want any strangers in this house.
Why? Are you hiding something?
Hi, my friends and fiends. I hope you're enjoying this movie. How about you girls?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
You finally get to see the monster.
Ooh, they both said it at the same time.
Almost.
Although we're redheads, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Oh.
We always have more fun.
Always.
And Victoria...
'Cause we think.
I miss her.
Well,
She went on vacation a little bit ago.
Well, she went back to take care of a few things. She'll be right back.
I know she'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be right back.
We already have plans with the wedding, so she'll be back.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
She had to go kill somebody. I don't know.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah.
just do it for
So
fun.
she'll be back next week. Yep. So anyhow, I'm really digging this movie.
I am too.
And the creature
Where's your shovel?
the creature's hideous.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, you should just even put a picture up for
Do you think that the burns that on his face could have happened when he raised him up and electrocuted him?
The burns up? No.
No, that happened post or pre-mortem, but post.
That had to be burns.
Oh, yeah, that was burn from in a car accident because
Yeah.
it blew on fire. Yeah, that had to have been the burns from.
I
it.
thought
and his eye was like all big and almost coming out.
Okay, I thought
One
that
eye?
was. I
So
thought.
eye popping?
Yep.
I didn't think they got that. I didn't think they
Eye
got the
popping.
head from the car crash. I thought they got the head from a serial killer in a graveyard.
Well, they did, possibly. I don't know, but at the beginning. But it's not the right.
We don't know. If they did, oops. If they didn't, oh well.
He is definitely bad on head hunting.
Yeah,
Right,
right.
because
Either way,
he
it's a bad
sounds
look.
like a young man with what he says.
What did you guys do to Death Pool? He's like sitting in a corner with his head down.
Is he? Oh, here he comes.
Yeah. Death Pool, what's wrong?
We had to.
Huh?
He doesn't know what else to do. He's getting bored.
Are you?
We had
did
to make
you
him
clean
just
everything?
sit for a little bit.
Oh, you,
But Deadpool, just sit
you weren't
right there.
on. You weren't on timeout, were you?
Now you are. Sit down.
Okay.
He's like,
Wow, you got him trained.
Sit.
Wow.
Don't make me use my tone of voice.
Oh. Ah,
Here's
begging
your
He's like, is this another femur?
Give
Or
the
what is
pool a
this
bone.
when I lose one?
Give the pool a bone. Give-
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow. So anyway, yeah, Death Pool, behave yourself. So he gets out. He gets out.
Okay.
He gets out and he's bored. He doesn't want to be locked up anymore.
No. He
wants to
doesn't
get
wanna
out
be-
and be adventurous.
He doesn't want to be in the darkness anymore, and he doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
So, and the door got left open
Okay.
from the doctor. Well,
Not
he
very
decided, right?
Yeah.
And then he decided to just see where he could go from there.
Right.
Con Dios.
Right.
Peace.
Yeah. So what happened? Did he kill somebody?
Yeah, he killed a girl. I don't know what the girl do though. Does her killing? Was she like all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, it's ugly, ah, and then he freaked out?
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? That's the general mantra of any.
So
horror
now he's walking around out in public.
Now he's walking around in public because first, then he went in there and then killed her because she's freaking out and broke down the window and everything and
Right,
broke in
right,
there and
right.
got her and killed her and then he left
Yeah.
and then everybody on the road is just freaking out and screaming and crying because they don't know what he is. His face is so
He's
burned in
hideous.
his eye. Yeah, completely hideous.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think he did as good of a job with this monster as his great-great-granddad did.
Yeah, no.
See, I was there. I was there, folks. I seen the first original Frankenstein. And I also wanted Frankenstein as my caretaker. So I talked to Dr. Frankenstein, and I told him, Dr. Frankenstein, I need a monster. I need a monster to look out after me while I sleep during the day.
Yes, we need that, always.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why you probably got your crew, you know?
Yeah.
Keep an eye over you to a point.
Well, yeah,
well, and also I have like some pets around that kind of monitor.
There you go.
So, yeah, and you know, it never worked. If you ever watch any of the old Frankenstein movies, Dracula always had some kind of a play. We always had some kind of a play in the movies. We needed the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of pet.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't only a pet, but he was our caretaker. He made sure nobody broke into the castle and throw stakes through our hearts and you know, stuff like that.
And very strong, of course.
Yeah, like T-bones and
ribeyes.
yeah.
You
gotta love that
somebody
bummer.
who's big and strong like that.
Yes, we need the Frankenstein monster. Yes. I'm
Maybe
oh my
one a
gosh,
little bit smarter.
What's happening? I feel a little bit of my Romanian coming back out.
I can tell.
Yes.
That'll always be with you, Dicker.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
know.
I guess so. The curse will never be lifted.
No, it will not.
Yes. They call me Gypsy.
I like your accent.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Anyway. When you do use it.
When I use it. I had to actually become Americanized.
Okay.
Because people said Decker, you gotta get rid of the Romanian accent. You gotta become Americanized in American horror. So.
Yeah, but then if you go to a place where there is an accent and you don't have an accent, then you're considered the person with an accent.
Well, yeah, kind of like Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice that? If you're from Wisconsin and you ever go like someplace down south or east or west,
They know where we are.
You're from Wisconsin, aren't you?
Or if you have a Brooklyn
It's like-
accent.
Yeah, or Brooklyn. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
You know,
just like people down south, when they come up here, we know that they're from down south.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah.
Y'all come back?
Y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, I say y'all, and I'm not even from the south.
Hey there, Deadpool. How y'all doing there, Deadpool?
Yep.
You wanna eat some boiled peanuts with me?
No, I don't know why that boiled peanuts thing.
Did you ever eat boiled peanuts?
No,
I don't
Okay.
eat peanuts.
They're weird.
I don't.
Yeah, she can't eat peanuts.
Must be some sort of allergy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can lick them, but I can't eat them.
Oh, she can lick them. Yep.
I like the salt.
You like the salt?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why when I put a bowl of peanuts out, when I go to eat them, because I like the salt too, there's no salt found. They're like, all the salt licked off of them.
Yep.
No, it's a desultanization process.
Where's Deadpool? I thought he was
He creeped away.
He creeped away.
Because he was playing with the skulls.
I thought
I used to see him shining them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, do you think we should get them back into the movie?
I suppose, but you know, I think we should do our
top 10.
Top 10 first.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then after that, we're gonna put them into a Igor's Morbid cooking tips a little later.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yes.
All right, here we go. You got 6 through 10.
Yep.
You have 1 through 5, my dear.
Okay.
And it was. What was your favorite horror movie quote? Love it.
Quotes.
We got so many of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1, George Surreal.
Yeah, I guess.
They are coming to get you, Barbara.
Yes. From Night of the Living Dead. Very good.
Right?
Yeah.
Richard Cleven, Children of the Night. What music they make?
Okay. Here it goes. Ready? Children of the Night. Such music they make.
Ooh, so sweet.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Number 3, Keith Ryan, In the Devil, and I'm here to do the devil's work.
Exactly.
I'm the devil, not
Yeah.
in. I'm the devil.
It says I'm.
Bad writing.
Okay.
You were tipsy when you did that
Number
one.
4, Victor Ives.
Good friend of mine.
We Belong Dead.
Yes, yes. Good one. Good quote.
Christopher K. House.
Yes.
I never drink wine.
I never drink wine.
So I have
Oh, that is so sexy.
Bill House. Wolfman.
Oh, say Bill!
Rock on, brother!
Woo! Wolfman's got. I'm reading this one right.
What's that?
N-A-R-D-S.
Yes,
Wolfman's
yes, go ahead.
got nards.
Yes, very good one. I never thought, Bill, I never thought anybody would have said that one. That was cool.
I'm just glad I didn't misspell. Anyway, okay, so Mike Ramirez, here's Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Simbu, Dark
Okay,
Fang.
that's all. All right, Simbu Darkfang. Welcome to Primal Time. I
Go
can't
ahead.
say it.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Welcome to Prime Time, biatch.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger. Famous line from Freddy Krueger.
Oh, yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Nate Frost?
Yeah, Andy, Nate Frost Carstens.
All right, Andy Nate Frost Carsons. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yes, from Jaws.
I love that one.
Cool. Yep, we're gonna need
a bigger boat. All right, Wendy Thomas Brown.
Yep.
Oh hell, the phone.
Yeah. There's always someone that says that in a horror movie.
And there's so many, so I'd like to know which one you're talking about, because there are a few, quite a few that they say that.
Yeah,
so if you could please reply to us and let us know. Wendy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Wendy Thomas Brown.
Oh, how
That's
many?
Doug Brown's wife.
How many movies have you seen where somebody says in a horror movie, "I'll be back"?
Oh, yeah, but there was no horror movies. Yeah.
No,
What
but how
about
many? Think about it. How many times has somebody been like,
Right.
"I'll be back"?
Nobody said.
And then they never come back. Yes, there's been quite a few movies where somebody has said that in a horror movie.
All right.
Really?
You know what I gotta say is nobody said It's Alive. It's Alive is one of the most famous quotes in horror movies.
It's
alive.
Well, and you're probably expecting it with what we're playing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think we should put them back in a movie.
Okay. All right.
But we can't forget about
What?
Munchie Bunchy.
Munchy Bunchy.
Yes.
Munchy Bunchy.
Munchies. The baking show.
Oh yeah.
Munchy.
Grab yourself some popcorn and some munchies and some lemonade or Gatorade or blood and get back to the movie.
That's right.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I know you are hiding something.
You explain yourself.
I don't know what you're trying to prove or how, but I saw your great scientific experiment. I saw your monster.
You actually saw him?
Yes, in the vault in the cellar, where you and Dr. Carlton work so feverishly day and night. Yes, I saw him.
How did you get in?
I took an impression of the lock and had this key made.
Well, I must say, my dear, you certainly are resourceful.
I reasoned it out, and I came to the conclusion you didn't want to marry a fool, a puppet who would simply obey you blindly. I had the feeling I had the right to know what you were doing. I'm not brilliant, but as your future wife, I felt I should know what you were striving for. To help me to understand you better, perhaps love you better. For better, for worse, darling, I do love you.
You know, Margaret, I don't deserve you. I'm glad you found out for yourself. I like that quality in you, initiative. It sets you apart from other women. In time, I would have told you about my secret, but you've convinced me that it's better that you know now.
Don't worry, darling. Your secret's safe. Now 2 of us are guarding it.
How well you put it. I'm not worried. I trust you more than any human being in the world. I can't tell you yet just what the master plan is for what you call the monster.
Perhaps if I'd known, he wouldn't have frightened me.
Well, he won't anymore. You must think of him as a creation of science, like a machine. Now, you wouldn't be afraid of a machine, would you?
No, of course not.
In the meantime, I think we should both be grateful to the monster. If possible, he's brought us even closer together.
I love you.
I don't need to tell you how I feel about you. Oh, I'm ashamed of myself. My bad manners, my lack of consideration for you. Here you are, darling. Now, you take this down to the jeweler and buy that matched set what was it called? Joy in Mayfair? You just fill in the amount. And tonight at dinner, I want to see you wearing the engagement ring.
All right, darling. Oh, do you still want me to keep the key to the vault?
Well, of course you keep it. Just another proof of my trust. Well, my boy, I think we're safe. The storm is blown over. You're very lucky. 2 or 3 days and the police have other crimes to think about. What are you brooding about?
Keep thinking of the day when I can go out and be among people, and they won't run away from me. The day when I'll have my new faith.
Well, actually, I was planning to begin on that tomorrow.
You were? Please do. Please.
Unfortunately, someone has interfered with our plans.
Who? Tell me who.
A woman. A young woman who works for me.
The one I saw?
Yes. Yeah, she sneaked in here against my express orders. You know, I gave those orders because I was thinking of your welfare entirely. By the way, did she say anything to you?
No. I frightened her. She screamed and ran away.
That's just what I was afraid of.
What will she do?
I've done my best to protect you, but now she threatens to go to the authorities. Tell them. They'll tie you in with a murder, of course, then they'll come and get you and take you away. Probably they'll destroy you. And you'll never have a new face.
She would do all that?
Yes. Unless we stop her.
We must stop her.
I agree.
How?
If you'll do exactly as I tell you. Darling, I'm afraid I'm going to need your help.
Of course, dear. Telephone calls, errands, dictation.
You certainly have a good eye for trinkets.
You call that a trinket? The last thing I do at night and the first thing I do in the morning is look at it. I value it very much.
Really? Well, it's very sweet of you to say that.
Now tell me, how do you want me to pay for it?
Pay for it?
Oh, I mean show my gratitude. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. You were about to ask me to do something for you.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, this is it. As you know, Dr. Carlton had to leave town to buy some new parts for our synchrotron. I'm afraid he may be gone for 2 or 3 days.
Well, so long as you're here, I won't miss him.
I will. I mean, as my assistant. And that's where you come in. Will you be my assistant? It's feeding time for our young man.
Well, of course, dear.
You're not afraid?
No.
He's as gentle as a baby at feeding time. You're sure you're not afraid?
I'll regard him the same as you, a creation of science. I'll go along, I'll help.
Good. The hypodermic and the fluid are downstairs. Shall we go? Go ahead, my dear. You open the door. Use your own key, the one you so ingeniously had made. Well, my boy, you look a little off your feed. But I'll wager we'll soon change that, eh, Margaret? Would you get the hypodermic, dear? It's right there. It's sterile. Sit down, Margaret. Now, we have to find just the right spot at the vein. Ah, there it is.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you.
I'll be right back, dear. I'm just going upstairs to get a supplementary vitamins.
You hurt me.
But I also fed you. There, it's all over.
You want to hurt me some more.
No, I don't. Sometimes we can't avoid giving pain, even to friends.
You're not my friend.
But yes, I am.
You only say that, but you're not. You want to see me killed.
No, I don't. I want to see you live.
Don't you don't!
Poor Margaret. You've done your work well. You've earned your reward.
My new face?
Exactly. Tonight I'm going to lead you out of this darkness. We'll go among people. Discreetly, of course. You'll be able to pick the face that pleases you. Then it will be yours. Well, my boy, you enjoying the ride? Night air is stimulating, isn't it?
I like to breathe, but I'm afraid to be in a car.
Well, that's natural. You were killed in one. The memory of that crash was embedded in your brain.
Will I always be afraid?
No, you'll get over it. You're young. And after I've grafted on your new face, life for you will really begin.
You mean that after you give me another face?
New impressions will crowd in, one on top of the other. Life will become fresh and exciting. And it'll take time and patience. But someday, after we have baffled the learned men of science, I'll tell the entire world the truth. How you were reborn. How I fashioned you from different parts, breathed life into you, pumped knowledge and wisdom into a brain that was hidden in a corpse. Then I'll be honored by the entire world, having brought mankind one step further in the eternal battle against death. You saw that young man's face? He's rather handsome, I thought. Even drugged by passion, it has brightness, intelligence. Does it meet with your approval? Now be very quiet.
Well, my friends, I hope you're really enjoying this movie. I guess his girlfriend said that she knows about the monster.
The doctor's girlfriend, fiance.
So he ended up having a monster killer.
Yeah, I know, how crazy.
I don't know why she said that.
If you would think you would be able, she told him, you would think that you'd be able to trust her. She's saying, you can trust me, it will go nowhere.
Right.
But, I guess something that extreme.
Yeah. Speaking of something crazy and something great, we got to put him into an Igor's Morbid Cooking Tips.
Let's do it. Yes.
All right. A good friend of mine who passed away a few years ago left me a bunch of Igor's Morbid Cooking Tips. He used to have a show on television called Igor's Morbid Cooking Lessons. So he made like 3 DVDs of cooking tips for Degger's show. So we are going to put you into one of them right now and enjoy from Victor Lane.
Enjoy.
Igor's Morbid Cooking Tips.
Hello everybody, it's Igor, right here in my dungeon, bringing you some of the Igor's Morbid Cooking Tips. So you stay tuned for a minute and we're going to take care of some questions that you might have about some cooking things. Matter of fact, today we're going to be talking about bread. So if you have any questions about bread, hopefully these will be the ones that you've been asking about, and we can answer them for you. Cooking is a fun thing to do, so you want to hang out with us from time to time and check out our cooking, and maybe you'll learn some things along the way. Today, one of the first things to do, when you are cooking your bread, no matter what kind of bread it is, it doesn't matter, put a little bowl of water in the bottom of the oven as you're cooking, and the moisture will help to seep out and get on the bread, and your bread, well, it won't dry out, and also it will nice and golden. It won't turn dark and get crispy and dark and things like that. It'll stay nice and moist. So it's a good tip right there. When you are putting your covering coating inside of your pan, you want to use shortening to grease the pan with. You don't want to use oil or butter or oleo, things like that. Butter is okay, but shortening is best. When you put that in there, your bread will pop out a lot easier, because the oil and stuff, it soaks into the bread more, and then it will stick to the pan. So that's not good. You don't want to do that. If you are making biscuits, what you want to do to make some nice even biscuits is when you get your dough and you spread your dough out, use a metal divider piece from ice tray. If you use for ice trays, and you can get those anywhere that you can get regular cooking stuff, and take the ice tray divider out, and you can press that into the dough, and all of your biscuits will come out with the same size. It's a lot easier to do, or you can use a small cookie cutter and use the same one, but with the ice cube sheet, you're cutting a lot of them at one time. So you want to do that. If you're using a glass pan, if your bread pans are glass, then you want to reduce your oven temperature by 25 degrees.
I ate that cookie, Captain Jim.
25 degrees. And the reason to do that is because the glass gets a lot hotter, and it will stay hotter than the metal pan, and will cook a little bit faster. If you leave it in there, then you will mess up your bread recipe. So you want to lower that temperature down and keep it a little more manageable. That's the way you want to do it. When you're kneading your dough, another thing too, you don't want to overwork your dough. You don't want to knead it so much and add flour to it a lot and things like that. Because then if you over-knead it and overwork your dough, your bread, yes, will come out tougher or drier than you would want it to be. So just knead it just enough to when you get that elastic texture, texticity, whatever you want to call it, and then make your biscuits, or your bread, or your dough, or your...
Give it up.
Oh, sorry. Okay. If you're making a dense bread, like with lots of grains in it and things like that, or if you're making like a nut bread with lots of nuts, or like banana bread, or zucchini nut bread, things like that, you want to let the bread, when it comes out, set for a day, for 24 hours or so, before you use it, so that all of the grains and nuts and all the things in there and stuff will absorb those flavors, and everything will taste much better if you let it set for a while before you cut it and use it. So there's a whole lot of things about bread. It's fun to do, fun to make, and hopefully you will jump on board the bread wagon and do some things with us there. It's a lot of fun, and we just want you to have fun in the kitchen when you're cooking. So, this is Igor.
The doctor gave strict orders that she mustn't be disturbed.
Well, maybe you can help us.
Just tell us what she told you when she got home.
She couldn't say very much. Every word was agony. Just that she suddenly saw this monster, this unknown thing through the car window. He had only one eye and not much face. And he just looked at Bob. Then she screamed and fainted.
She heard no more, saw no struggle?
When she came to, Bob was gone. The keys were still in the ignition. How she was able to drive home, I'll never know. But she stumbled in, panicked, and screamed until the doctor gave her a sedative.
Well, has she said anything since?
Only the boy's name. She keeps moaning, Bob, Bob. The one who did this, you think it's the same as...
Well, maybe this time it's just a hoax.
Could be some school kids getting in charge out of scaring people, or maybe a jealous rival. Did she have many boyfriends?
She was seeing Bob pretty steadily. He was her first date.
Well, did he have any enemies?
Not that I know of. He's popular in school. He's a quiet boy. Lives with his aunt.
We know we've spoken to her.
What will you do?
Well, we'll go over the car and check the place, and as soon as we find something, we'll let you know.
He may turn up himself any time and tell you it was all a practical joke.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Is this Bob?
Yes. Arlene took it in our backyard.
Yeah, good-looking boy.
Quite handsome. Quite handsome. Here, my boy.
Well, all the new equipment is in the trunk of the car. Acquired discreetly in 4 different cities, as you instructed.
Good.
Some special coils for raising voltage, magnetic generators, and a variety of small parts.
Excellent. Well, we're prepared for anything. Now, as a small reward, let me pour you some of this sherry. It's really quite exceptional. Superbly dry. A caress to the palate.
I quite agree. Excellent.
You know, I can never understand the American passion for sweet wines. Barbaric.
Well, give us some more time, Professor Frankenstein. After all, it takes centuries to become as civilized as you are.
Oh, no, I'm not being critical, nor ungrateful. America's been very hospitable to me. And I think of what I've accomplished here, I shall remember it always with deep gratitude.
By the way, what's become of your housekeeper, Mrs. Dietrich?
Oh, I let her go. She had an offer from a wealthy invalid. It meant permanent security for her, and since I'm leaving in 2 days, well, we'll just have to fend for ourselves.
And while I'm asking questions, and I hope this isn't indiscreet, where's your fiancée?
Margaret is, gone. Disappeared. Ah, perfidy. Thy name is woman. Quit me cold. After I'd stolen precious hours away from the experiment to select this for her, an engagement ring. It was rather expensive, too. It's a pity.
You mean she just up and disappeared?
Packed up all her things, secretly. Left me rather a bleak note, something to the effect that our marriage just wouldn't work out. And all this after I had not only offered her my heart, but also my deep faith and trust.
Did she go back to the hospital?
No, I telephoned there immediately. I hoped I might be able to persuade her to change her mind, but, well, she just disappeared. Well, I suppose it's understandable in a way, and very embarrassing for her to have to admit that she'd given her heart even briefly to the wrong suitor. But isn't that the way of women? They make us poor men suffer for their blunders. Well, Doctor, in time my heart will mend, but now I must lose myself in my work. I must devote myself to science and research to the exclusion of all other interests.
I suppose it's the only thing left.
I think you'll agree with me when I show you what I've accomplished. And believe me, this is far more significant than the flight of a silly, emotional girl. This has to do with our young man.
Something's happened to him?
I would say so. Early this morning, before your arrival, I helped him off his table and gave him his mirror. Now, if you'll come down with me, you'll be the first to see his new face.
New face? But how? Where did you
Oh, come now, Doctor. Why burden yourself with unnecessary details? After all, we're both interested in the same thing, results. You come and look. I think you'll realize that we're practically at the end of our experiment. Show Dr. Carlton your new face.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Why, when the stitches are out, he'll pass for a normal, quite attractive teenager.
And you agree it's a success?
Stupendous success. And what's more, no one will ever know.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. After all, this new face wasn't grafted on from oddments. There's a chance of it being recognized, especially in this region. At any rate, I'm taking no risks.
Well, what do you propose to do?
I'll tell you, but first let me give him back his precious toy. There you are, my boy. Go back to reveling in your new face. Now, I'll tell you what my plans are. Actually, our plans. We're going to take him to England. It'll be much safer to launch him there.
But how? You need a passport, identity, a name, and assuming that you can safely prove all those, you can't keep him locked up in a cabin for the whole voyage. And after we land, customs, immigration, well, we'll come up against all kinds of questioning authorities.
How you do run ahead, my dear Carlton. How you do run ahead. Those packing cases over there are stamped electrical apparatus. Actually, that's what they will contain. The parts you just purchased and the rest that we dismantle.
They seem large enough.
Larger. Each one of those cases has a false bottom.
I don't think I quite understand.
I assembled him, didn't I? I disassemble him here, preserve the parts, and later, in England, I reconstruct him. In my London laboratory, I have the same facilities, the same equipment, and the same assistant, you.
Can't do that. It's too inhuman. I can't be a part of such a fiendish plan.
You can and you will. You've got no choice. And actually, there's no time to be lost. Now listen carefully. I'm going to place him on the operating table, ostensibly to remove the stitches in his new face. You'll see he'll be like a little lamb. Consent to anything as long as it improves his countenance. Only this time, I'm going to strap him down very firmly. I'll explain that it's necessary to ensure no distortions to his features. I'll tell him the slightest move may jeopardize his precious new face. I assure you he'll cooperate like an angel. After I've got him strapped down, I want you to inject a double quantity of sodium pentothal. And then he'll feel nothing. My dear Dr. Carlton, in 3 days, you and I will be walking the deck of the Queen Mary, enjoying the ocean breezes, the company of charming passengers, and relishing the holiday we so justly deserve. Go ahead. Prepare for the operation and get the hypodermic ready. Well, my boy, you're quite proud of your new face, aren't you?
Yes. With it, I can walk among people. They can see me and not be frightened.
Not quite. But after I've removed the stitches, no one will be able to tell a thing. Then your new face will be yours permanently. Let me have the mirror. Don't get on the table, my boy. We've got to get you ready. This won't take long. It'll be quite painless. It won't hurt. Believe me. Go ahead, give him the pentothal.
No, I don't want that.
I know what's best for you.
No, you want to hurt me.
Go ahead, silence him, fool.
His arm's not steady.
No, you won't.
Perhaps it's not too late.
Where's Professor Frankenstein?
It's too late.
Come over here. Maybe he'll listen to you. Tell him to come with us. Warn him not to resist, to let us take him away.
You heard. They won't hurt you if you come. I'll never forget his face after the accident. Never.
Welcome back, my friends. I hope you really enjoyed this movie. I love showing these series by Mr. Gene Fowler. I mean, they're a lot of fun to show.
They are fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed them.
So anyway, a quick recap of what went on. The assistant in this movie, which they usually always die in the movies, he ended up living.
Yep.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep. The monster got electrocuted. Classic
Shocking.
way of Frankenstein.
Before he died,
yeah,
he killed the doctor.
Yep.
And threw him.
Where do you throw him?
He threw him in the gator.
The gator compactor.
Gator compactor.
So
that I had done for him.
Right. So every typical Frankenstein monster movie, Frankenstein either dies in fire.
Right.
He dies by electrocution.
Yep.
Yes.
Or wasn't there a Frankenstein movie where he sunk in quicksand?
I'm not quite sure, but I know he's died in fire before.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Where he was in the middle.
So he's got that, and he's got the electrocution.
Yeah, he was carrying the doctor.
I've seen one in a cave.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And he died in quicksand. I remember there was one where he.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the Igor's morbid cooking tips. Deadpool, what are you doing? Where are you going? Come back over here. Talk to me for a bit. No, you gotta come back over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right here. Come here. Okay. Come here.
There you go.
Okay. Yes, the girls. Did you wanna? You're gonna do something to Deadpool?
We're a little. Can I see her right here? Can I see that for a minute? Yes. Yes.
Are you girls hungry? Are you guys?
Can I see that?
We're just a
Deadpool.
hungry,
I
Deadpool.
shouldn't show
They're gonna
them
eat you. You gotta run. You gotta get out of here.
A little hot. Wait.
No,
wait.
just wait. He's gone. He left.
Why
He's
did you
gone.
warn him?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. Well. we gotta save him. You know, for
Really?
later. Yeah.
Why? Why?
Well, because he's Deadpool. He saved me, so Deadpool, I wouldn't come back. They're gonna eat you. Oh, okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed Degger's Dark Coffin Classics, and we will see you again next time. And what do we say, girls?
Happy nightmares.
You know, Mr.
Yeah,
Fowler.
for teenagers.
Gene Fowler. So, what? What's wrong?
Nothing.
A lot of things. You gotta go from what's not wrong.
Okay.
Short list.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I was looking at. I love it.
All right.
All right.
Starring the one and only. Yeah. She.
I have something else in my head. I'm sorry.
Very serious.